More people die of suicide than car accidents. Over the last decade, suicide rates rose by nearly 30% for Americans aged 35 to 64.
One professor says those numbers, if anything, are underreported, yet suicide is stigmatized. It's tough to talk about. That changes tonight on NTV News. We begin with part one of Suicide, a special report.
What we believe happened is Pat went in and was sweeping up a mess in the job site and went to the closet to get a broom, and the gun was there, and it happened just that fast.
A husband and father, one of Kearney's premier home builders, gone. Pat Moore shot himself 5 years ago, 1 month shy of his 30th anniversary with his wife, Tammy.
Two very nice men from the police department came, but it was a good 2 hours before I was notified what happened, and his body was already on the way to Lincoln for autopsy.
Pat Moore was known as a hard charger. He built 200 homes in this town. After his death, the whispers began. This was a fast-moving contractor that had maybe ran up against it. That
Right.
wasn't the case?
Not at all, no. We were pretty much operating with all of our own cash flow, and I've actually just now sold the company. We've been successfully building for the last 5 years, and it was never in any financial trouble.
And Tammy would know. She did the books. She also knew Pat just started taking a beta-blocking drug for a heart issue called Lepressor. Shortly after starting the meds, he battled insomnia, nightmares, hallucinations, and a month later, he killed himself. Carol Larson is a busy counselor. She, like other mental health practitioners, points to warning signs, but so often those signs could be hidden.
Generally, there's usually no way of being able to spy it, to know it's going to happen. Oftentimes, a person that commits suicide is very secretive. They're going to put on a presentation that you know, life's going along, everything's good.
Now 5 years removed, Tammy, an owner of 2 master's degrees and a PhD, has studied suicide. She had no warning, no heads up. She points to a drug with serious side effects that turned his world upside down and a family that had to pick up the pieces.
One of my relatives wanted us to go sit down in a counseling session, and the first thing the counselor did was hand out the list of warning signs. And of course, they didn't apply to our situation because they talk about long-term. But to me, that's just the wrong way to approach a grieving family, kind of like, you missed this.
What we don't see is what's going on internally. And there may not be some indications that something's going on internally.
Medicines do have side effects, and this story should not imply that it's best to simply stop taking a needed drug.
No, it shouldn't imply that. It may imply, however, that one should be educated on side effects and communication with family, with doctors about problems with medicines is so important.